Hi everyone. Hi. Today is April 25th, 2022, and I need to say that on April 12th, I was told that somebody that I knew ever since I was a kid died on April 11th, right? Now, when it comes to this man, he was in a car accident 18 years ago that killed my uncle. On April 18, 2004, when I was 11 years old. And now that I think about it, it's not a coincidence that he died 18 years later, but this time on the 11th of April. Because I kept praying to God. Now, mind you, I'm dealing with this court case where now they want me to be in therapy, they want me to take medication, and I denied it, right? So when I spoke to my lawyer, I had let my lawyer know this man died because I prayed to God about it because I want my uncle to get his justice, right? That's why I said Jennifer Dawn Fire, because I let her know I knew it was you that killed my uncle. So she's trying to make me go crazy. She want me to get arrested. She want me to get locked up. To the point now is all making sense. The man name is Robinson Lalin. When he had this accident 18 years ago, the car accident, it was in Boston. And when he died 18 years later, it was also in Boston. So, um, the reason why I say this is because this is definitely a testimony that I need to share. I pray to God that I wanted my uncle to get his justice, and he finally got it 18 years later, right? And it's a part of it. He got a piece of it. Eventually, everything is all going to add up together. The puzzle is going to get together. Now, um, the reason why I say this is because they trying to cover up their mess, and I won't allow it. I won't allow it. I won't, because there's more of them. They're evil spirits. They want me to think that schizophrenia is real. It's not real. It's you, because you're guilty. Because I just found out that when God say their wickedness, that's another way of saying your guilt. And he's not with it. He don't care. He consider your guilt wicked. When it comes to my uncle, he was very special to me. And he went through so much that I didn't know. When it comes to one of the idiots that want me to think it's schizophrenia is Miguel Roberto David. His faggot, ugly, toothless ass, got to ass. He was jealous of my uncle. He sacrificed him, right? And Robinson was the driver of that car. That's why I say that's what they do. Robinson was the driver of that car until I prayed and prayed and prayed, and Robinson dies 18 years later. 18 years later, right? It's to the point where I'm seen as heartless because I did have a bond with that man, right? But it was for a short while. It was even this one time on my birthday, he was like, "Oh, consider it this, your uncle, he's watching you and whatever, blah blah blah." And I'm like, and it was never in my head for me to say, "Yeah, the same uncle that you took from me." I never said that. Instead, this year I just kept praying and praying, and God finally got rid of him. He's gone. If anybody want to call me heartless, if they want to say that I'm fake, go ahead and say it. As long as my uncle get his justice, I'm good. But Miguel needs to be next because I hate him with a passion. I hate him, I hate him, I hate him. Because he's acting dumb. He's going to die a brutal death. That's why, when everybody kept talking about the whole R. Kelly situation, my uncle that died 18 years ago, he got a stupid bitch pregnant because she lied about her age. And that bitch was the spirit of Jennifer. She was the spirit behind that girl. She's an evil spirit. But she don't want to admit it, because when the first time I seen that girl, I was shocked because I was like, "Why my uncle doing with a woman way older than him?" Right? She was 15, I was 12 at the time. But she looked like she was 30, and she already had my little cousin, right? She lied about her age. My uncle was like 20 something years old. I think he was, when she met him, he must have been like 20, and she was 14 at the time. No, 13, because she got pregnant at 14 and gave birth at 15. When he find out, he tried to leave, right? And then what do you know? As soon as she gave birth, a few months later, boom, my uncle dies. And I confronted Jennifer on July 14, 2019, and I said, I know it was you that killed my uncle. And she said, no, it wasn't me. And it was. Now, when I set your door on fire, which was a year ago, you want to keep looking like the innocent person because you trying to cover up. You trying to make it seem like I'm delusional, but now that Robinson's dead now, you got nothing to hide. Because because when everybody keep talking about that, how Robinson died, they're not mentioning what happened 18 years ago, right? He was in a car accident. So don't play. The truth always comes out. So it's possible that Robinson was, sick of her. It's possible that he knew that Jennifer was the spirit behind this dumb bitch, right? And he probably was going to expose her, and then all of a sudden he dies. It doesn't matter. I still prayed about it. He's gone. I know him. He's not a relative of mine, but he, you know, I was raised as considering him as an uncle. But no matter what, I always knew that he wasn't. Eventually the truth is gonna come out. So everybody, what I need y'all to do is I need y'all to make sure that when it comes to Robinson's death, I need y'all to make sure that they will have no other choice but to bring up the car accident that he was in 18 years ago that killed my uncle. Because I want my uncle to get his justice, right? He did get a little bit of his justice by Robinson dying. But now, what they doing is they trying to sweep it underneath the rug. No, you need to bring up 18 years ago. Bring that shit up and watch Jennifer goes down. She's gonna go down because she was that evil spirit behind that girl. That's the reason why I kept saying stop talking about the whole R. Kelly situation, because those bitches knew what they was doing. R. Kelly could have been the same one like my uncle. It didn't make any sense. Miguel is jealous of him. He's trying to do the same thing to my father, but I'm a fighter. You're not gonna do whatever you want to do to my father. I'm gonna kill you. That's how badly I don't like you. So he's an idiot. He's like, oh, I want to change my. He changed his identity, thinking that he changed his last name to Castillo, which was the woman, which was the last name of his mother's husband. He think, oh, nobody can recognize him now. Nigga, you still the same motherfucker. You just changed your last name. So, this is why I say everybody keep praying and always have a relationship with God and know that everything will eventually be answered. Even though it took 18 years, but God still answered my, well, I did wonder multiple times, but even though, my uncle get his justice 18 years later, at least that's still something. So I want to thank you guys. Have a relationship with God and know that He loves you. Thank you.